Hi, welcome to the Pima County Public Library's LGBTQ Plus Services Committee Virtual Author Talk with T. Franklin. I'm Caitlin Sparks, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the library's LGBTQ Plus Services Committee. Really quickly, I want to note that we have a live transcript option for this author talk. So anyone who would like to enable automatic captions, there should be a little icon in your Zoom where you can enable this feature at the bottom. This is a very special year for the library's LGBTQ Plus Services Committee. It's our 25th anniversary. And our committee began in 1997 with a group of off-duty library staff who were working to help get domestic partner benefits established with the city of Tucson. And this work was a success. Tucson became one of the first municipalities in the country to offer these benefits. And that same year, the library formed the then called Gay and Lesbian Services Committee. And they were formed with the support of our library director, Agnes Griffin at the time, and administration. I bring this up because it's not only the history of our committee, but it also shows the support we've had from library leadership from the very beginning. I want to take a moment to thank our administrators, past and present, for their continued support of this committee. We would also like to thank the Friends of the Library who make these programs possible. And lastly, I want to give a great thank you to my committee co-chair, Ray Baca, who worked to make this happen today, and Sarah Sheldon, who's also here for technical support. So as part of our 25th anniversary, we posted this series of annual or virtual author talks. In February, we sat down with the library's own Jessica P. Pride to talk about her new book, Black Love Matters, right behind me here. We were joined by Kindred, which is another library affinity team whose mission is to reach, support, and celebrate Pima County's Black community. If you missed our author talk, you can check it out on our library's YouTube page. And you can also talk books with Jessica virtually at our committee's monthly Rainbow Reads, a positively queer book club and chat. In May, we had another virtual author talk with local author Carlos Valenzuela, who wrote Letters to Young Carlos in his 70s. And we had a really moving discussion with him, and you can check that out on our YouTube page as well. Big thank you to Senior Pride, who co-hosted that event with us. Southern Arizona Senior Pride delivers social and support programming to LGBTQIA seniors, and we're just so honored that we get to work with them whenever we can. And now we're in June. Happy Pride Month, everyone. And we're hosting this final virtual author talk with T. Franklin. And T is the comic book author of DC Comics' Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill tour, which was a GLAAD nominated series and a massive hit on Amazon. She's the first Black woman to write Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. She also has written Bingo Love for Image Comics and Archie and Friends Summer Lovin'. Both of those titles are available with Pima County Public Library if you'd like to check them out and you're here in the county. T hopes to pave the way for more marginalized comic creators, and we are so excited to have her here today. She's going to talk about her works and experience as an author. So we'll chat with Miss T. Franklin for a bit. And then the last 15 minutes of the presentation will be for audience questions. So you can type your questions in the Q&A. T, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Happy anniversary, y'all.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness, I'm so hyped to be here. Thank you to everybody who is in attendance. If you're one of my followers, hey boos. If you don't know who I am a I'm a Black queer disabled comic book writer and screenwriter. So you're gonna have a little written by T. Franklin on your TV screen a little bit soon. I ain't gonna get into that, but just keep your peepers peep. Okay. I'm very passionate about disability. I am disabled, I am autistic, multiple disabilities, and I want to change the narrative of how disabled people are seen in media. So I always include disabled people in everything that I write. And y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
So what are some common misconceptions people have, and how can we combat those misconceptions around disabled people?
That is not a question that will happen anytime soon.
No.
We, as disabled people, we talk and talk and talk about the things that we need, accommodations, accessibility, all of that, and there's still ableism.
Mhm.
It is tiring to have to constantly remind people that disabled people exist. Look at what's happening during the pandemic. Everybody swear COVID's over. Nobody, oh, we not wearing a mask. We just going and doing what we want to do. But in the meantime, disabled folks like me have just been in the house, held hostage
Yeah.
for going on 3 years. This isn't over. COVID isn't over. We are dying. Disabled people, immunocompromised people are dying, but who cares? We want to turn up at a convention or a party. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh God, I have long COVID. I'm disabled. Oh, well, bitch, you want me to feel sorry for you? I can't.
Right.
Right.
Like,
So it's simple things. It's simple things. Like we have these conventions and whatnot, and it's like all of this stuff, y'all are being accessible. You have live captions. Amazing. I've done plenty of these. There's no captioning. There is no ASL. There is nothing, right? Just having a Zoom that's accessible to plenty of disabled authors around because now we can interact. We can do these things. And it's like the bar is on the floor.
yeah.
Caitlin, it's like
Well, I really appreciate you because, we said, oh, well, we have closed captioning, when we put on YouTube, it has captions, but before we didn't have that option when we were live. And part of having you here with us today, you were like, hey, I want live transcription. I want live captioning. And so thank you for, helping us get to that place. And
a lot of people don't realize what disabled people go through, or they just don't care to realize. But when I do these talks, I let it be known, like, everybody is happy, oh, we could get married, it's gay pride, it's this, that, and the third. And it's like, y'all know disabled people are queer too. And did you know that disabled people can't get married? Did you know that? And then people don't realize it. And it's like, yeah, if we do decide to get married, we lose our Social Security benefits. We lose our Medicare because now we are our spouse's responsibility. And why is that? But why ain't y'all fighting for us? You call yourselves an ally, but you using ableism? You saying slurs? You saying crazy, stupid, lame, baby? Let me tell you something. I am lame. I'm somebody who can't walk. So I am officially lame, but I am not corny. So we need to be mindful about the words that we choose when we speak, because we are harming disabled people. And if you're the ally that you claim you are, honey, then you should be changing your language. For sure. So when I literally say the bar is on the floor, it is on the floor.
Well, I really appreciate you because, it's not your job to do that work. But the fact that you're out there creating these comics and showing disabled people as main characters, as just people in the background, like that they exist in everyday life, is just so important to so many readers. And I don't know, how do you feel about have you faced obstacles to bring that to your comics?
I can say that I have not faced any bull, any BS, like any of the backlash I would get is from regular Joe Schmoes fans who want to talk. But in regards to my editors, the publishers, everybody has been they've been cool. They don't, I mean, I gave Vixen. Oh, I love Vixen. If you are a DC things, my little Vixen, so you know what I'm saying? I love Vixen. But I was able to give Vixen a disabled girlfriend. She's a below the knee amputee. And I was like, let me slide this in. Let me see what DC says. Fingers and toes. And it went through with no problem. And I was like, let me add some more disabled shit. Shoot, stuff. I don't know if I curse. We're gonna say stuff.
Oh yeah, at the library.
I know, my bad, library. All of y'all, my bad. But it's like, I got to do that with no problem. Let me slide a little bit more.
Mhm.
So they were really, really cool. And disabled people only want, like, we don't ask for much. We just want to be represented. We want to be able to see ourselves. Everybody can see themselves in
Mhm.
other types of media, but disabled people, we don't usually. And if it is a character, 8 times out of 10, it's played by an able-bodied actor. So they don't even have a disability. And it's like, oh, thanks for thinking of me.
But yeah, we're not there, and it's going to be a work of progress. And will we see it in our lifetime? Will it be like your children's lifetime?
I'm giving it my grandkids.
Yeah.
Actually, probably my great grandkid, because my babies are having babies now. So probably my great grandkids.
Mhm.
And even then, I don't know. It was, I will say, these past recent days in regards to Lizzo and that ableist term, like that was big. Lizzo used a term that she should not have used.
Right.
She listened, despite a bunch of people trying to cancel her. We're not doing it. We just want able-bodied creators to know that y'all can't be using, especially if you got this massive platform, you can't be using these words, you can't be using these terms, because they affect us, they are harmful to us. So Lizzo took what, a couple days, and now she made edits to a song, and that word is no longer there.
She re-recorded.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I feel like, as a writer, if you're out here writing and you cannot eliminate certain words from your vocabulary that you put into books, maybe you shouldn't be a writer. Because disabled people are picking up your books. We're reading. We don't want to see these terms, right? People have I've been called stupid a lot of times. Look, I have a brain injury. I literally had to learn how to read and write all over again, and walk. Had to learn all over again. My brain jumbles stuff up. I've got dyslexia, dyscalculia, dyspraxia, this, that, and the third. I'm not stupid. It just takes me a little bit extra time to make it do what it do. So we just really need to be mindful, because y'all being harmful to people. And I don't know about y'all, but if you keep on using certain words, I ain't supporting you. My money my little bit of change that I got can go elsewhere. All right, I'll go and buy me some Doritos. I'll give me some snack before I sit up here and spend a little dollar, a couple dollars on you on Kindle. I'm just saying, my money can go to else. It's like, just respect us. If I can take a Harley Quinn comic, the entire run, and not have any ableism in it, why can't you?
Yeah, I think it's hard. People grew up and they didn't realize what they were saying were hurtful. So for them, it's a lot of needing to learn for themselves, but then also actually take the effort to make those corrections, because it does take work. It takes work. We've gone through a cultural shift, different pronouns that people are using, and you have to practice, and it's important because you have to think about, who am I harming by doing these things?
Exactly.
But you have to be willing to do the work, and some people aren't. I hope more and more people will be. So not to completely change the subject, but you were talking about, having disabled representation. You also have people of color, biracial, plus size, queer people in your comics, in Archie and Friends, and Harley and Quinn, and Bingo Love. Like, how can we as readers support that, so we can see those people that look like ourselves, that we can connect with?
Open the purse. It's real simple,
Yeah.
You take the Harley Quinn run.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm Black, I'm queer, I'm disabled, I'm autistic. If this book bombed, there wouldn't be somebody else behind me. I don't know if there's somebody else behind me, but I'm just going to assume that there are going to be other queer, disabled, BIPOC people writing comics. So if this book would have failed, I wouldn't have been writing more for DC, which led to Archie, which led to Marvel. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, but I'm still hyped about Marvel, but I'm gonna hold it in and we can talk about that later. But if you don't open your purse and support, like, y'all could tweet all you want, you could retweet, you could make things go viral as much as you want, but if you're not opening up that purse and you're not spending the money, it don't matter how many times the pages go viral. They could go viral for every day for a week, but if the sales is like 50, why am I going to spend money to get tea writing again? Right? So we need to open our purses, and we really need to support, whether it is buying it for you, a cousin, a friend, a teen youth center, a LGBTQ center, right? It is opening up the purse, and it's a referral. It's the word of mouth. Put it out there, right? Buy it for people, give it away as gifts. Like, you need to show these publishers, because they're already cheap as it is, right? They want to keep, I'm not going to say they want to keep things the same, but they know that they've got this one audience that will buy the stuff, right? And some of them don't like to venture into a marginalized territories. Okay, y'all, I hope y'all read it in between the lines. I hope it making sense to y'all can read in between the lines. And that's their audience. And I'm pretty sure that gives them a lot of the money. So when they do take their money to have a Harley run written by a Black queer disabled woman, we don't know if that one particular audience is going to come over. And that's where everybody else comes into play, who like and enjoy and support marginalized creators, can go and just start buying and spreading the word. Now, if the marginalized group, they get loud, money-wise, louder than that one group that's just very the opposite of somebody like me, maybe they might listen more and give even more books. I don't know. But it's all about the money. It's all about the money with all Marvel, DC, Archie, Image, Dark Horse, all of them. It's all about the money. If you're not helping a bottom line and pushing a stuff up,
so
they don't matter how good of a writer you are.
I'll throw out there too, besides buying your works, if people want to see tea stuff or other authors you support, you can also try to get your library to purchase some of these things and have it in the library. For us, we have a suggest a purchase form when you log in to your account. So, buy it for your family and friends. Ask the library to buy it too,
Yes, because the libraries, Let me tell you, libraries, they love them some bingo love. I love them for loving bingo love. But bingo love is all over the library. So I'm see what I'm saying?
So bingo love is like one of my favorites. If it's okay, can we talk about bingo love for a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, so I like a lot of Image comics because I think I wasn't a super, I didn't see myself in like superhero comics really growing up. So when Image came out and, I read some of those, I connected more with it, I think. And this is just beautiful. I love this story. So, Mari and Hazel get together and as young adults, and then they reconnect decades later. Like, what was your inspiration for this?
A commercial.
What?
A commercial. It was a heart health commercial. I remember being I was procrastinating. I was supposed to have been writing something. I know I was, because I say procrastinating when it comes to writing. I am not an everyday writer. Some writers be like, oh, you gotta write every day. Not me. So I was definitely procrastinating, and this commercial came on. I live in New Jersey, but I used to live closer to New York. And it was a heart health commercial for one of these hospitals. And it had two Black women sitting on the brownstone steps. One of them ties their shoe, and they get up and they start doing their little sprint walk. I guess because you sprint walk, it heals your heart. I don't know, but that's what I think that they was going with it.
Mm-hmm.
So while they sprint walking and they're just looking at each other, smiling, this Black man comes from the opposite side, another older. Now they old, and this is the older man. And then I guess their heart really start pumping. We gonna speed it up. We gonna speed up the speed walk. And he was doing his speed walk, and then they looked at each other, and it was just like, oh, so cute. And I don't remember what happened at the end of that commercial, but I was like, ooh, what if I was gay and they sprint walking together and another woman was coming? They was like, you see how sexy she is? So I grabbed my handy dandy notebook and I just started writing stuff down. And that's where bingo love came from.
That's so cute. So I guess why bingo? Is there a connection or some memory for bingo?
No, not really. Like my grandmother, I don't know if my grandmother was gay, but I remember she had a friend and she was always over. But they played bowling, and bowling love just did not sound right.
No.
I was like, bowling love.
Yeah, bingo love definitely has a ring to it.
To it because it was like, well, bowling love, basketball love. Like we did that already, loving basketball, right? Can't do baseball love. That just sounds exhausting. Bingo, let's do bingo love, and that's literally.
So did you write the Jackpot Edition? Did that come after, like?
Yeah, that's my book.
Yeah.
That is my book. But in the Jackpot Edition, we have extra stories from Gail Simone, Marguerite Bennett, Sean Pryor. We have another 40 pages of story, I think. Yes. See, I would have loved to make a bigger book, the original, but it was a Kickstarter. I didn't know it was gonna blow up. Like if you notice in the original book, it says go to this side story, go to that side story, and that was because it's a lot of money to print pages. And to have the honeymoon story as well as the secret story in that book would have raised the price by tens of thousands of dollars. And it was just like, I don't have it. So I'm going to take it and put it in the side story where the people who supported the Kickstarter. I didn't know this was going to blow up. I didn't know it was going to be funded in 5 days. I didn't know we were gonna hit 60 grand. I didn't know Image was gonna pick. I didn't know anything. So when I did it, I was just like, okay, they will just have digital stories. It wasn't gonna be a big deal. then turned into a really big deal. And then I was like, okay, so I need to make a Jackpot edition so I could put these side stories in the book and throw some more stories in there. But nope, that's all me. There's a story called The First Time, which was really really fun to write. Two older disabled Black women having sex for the first time and going to Planned Parenthood and getting tested. Like that is just, I don't know. I think that's pretty damn cool. And just to have, just to, I like to teach within my stories. And if I can get somebody to go get tested for an STD because they read that these two Black queer grandmamas got tested for an STD, I'm happy, you know?
Yeah.
Because people don't like to get tested because they're afraid. And I get it. But baby, you got to get tested. We need to find out what's going on.
Mhm.
We need that clean bill out.
Yeah, I'm
You
glad.
know?
You know, a lot of times people don't show those like what they think are less glamorous or sides of things in comic books, TV, anything. You don't get to see that every day, like important things. So that's really
And
great that you're doing that.
I feel like it's important. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like all like it's important when I go get tested, make sure I ain't passing nothing along. And it's a relief when that joint come back negative.
Yeah.
So let's share these stories. Let's tell stories that aren't usually told and let's educate.
For sure.
We got the platform. I got people reading, so maybe it'll dang, I didn't go for a GYN test. It's been a couple years. Let me go handle that real quick.
Mhm. So these are very romance. Is that your favorite genre to write or
No.
no?
To be honest, I don't like writing romance.
What?
My characters get the business more than I do, so I get jealous. Because I want the business done to me. Okay.
Yes.
Business.
So wait, what do you like to write then if romance is not always your go-to or favorite, I guess?
Horror. I like to kill
Horror.
people. But on paper, FBI. It's all I know y'all watch it because you know I'm looking real good to tag Mr. FBI person on, you know, hacking. But I like to write horror. It makes me warm and fuzzy and happiness. And you know, I get to eliminate my abusive ex-husband and every person I get to, you know, unalive in my comics. So yeah, it's just
It's kind of like a form of release. Yeah. Well,
you know, you're like, oh my God, tea is a lot.
no, you're fine. Okay, so this isn't just about Bingo Love, but about other comics. I've always been curious, like how closely do you work with the illustrators to make sure they're like representing your words the way you had intended, I guess? Or is there kind of crosstalk about that?
Okay, so when I first did Bingo Love, I had no idea what I was doing. I was doing everything on my own. I was learning as I went. I never, like the other works that I did, I just wrote it and handed it off to the editor. So with Bingo Love, that was my first time working closely with an artist and it was overwhelming. And I didn't even know I was autistic back then, but you know, now I know. And it's like, oh, that makes sense why I acted the way that I did, right? But okay. So, you know, it was a lot of overwhelming feeling. It was a lot of I'm letting people down. It was just a lot. And I wasn't a fan of the process. This time working with DC and Archie and Marvel, like I am mentally in a better place, knowing my limitations, knowing what sets me off, where I need to just let me back away real quick. Let me process what's going on. So I'm loving this. I'm very open and I let, you know, the artists and my editors know like, hey, y'all, I'm autistic, so when you write things, I might come back and just ask again for clarification. I might just say, hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you mean by this. Please break it down even more for me. So I'm very vocal in what I need and how I process things as a neurodiverse person. So I'm when I put my words on the screen, it's like, hey, do you just make sure we got these core elements, right? Like, take for instance in Harley's room, right? Harley's room is, I wanted it to be, hey, make it a straight up. Oh, this issue 3T. What you doing? Make it a mess, right? Because I feel like Harley has ADHD because look at my baby, right? I love me some Harley. So her room, it was like, yo, make it a messy room. Make sure you put in some Easter eggs. So when you have this page right here, the altar to Ivy, the tattoos, like all of that stuff that was Max. Just make sure her room is a hot ass mess. Make sure Harley is super excited because, oh my God, Ivy is a baby, and just have Ivy like, oh dear God, what have I gotten myself into, right? And Max did that, so I do have a hand, not like in a big hands-on, but it's like, okay, this is what I want to see. If you see something better, like if something looks different in your eyes, baby, go for it. Let's have fun. Max is great. Max is so great. I love Max. Max's work is phenomenal. Everybody who I've worked with has been amazing. And I'm just, we're really, really happy that y'all love our Harley run. And I can't wait to tell y'all what's next.
So we don't have this in our catalog yet, and I think it's out as comics. Is it going to come out in graphic novel form?
August 30th. Yeah. August 30th. So please buy for your library. It has, what is it, 20 something extra pages, I think.
Oh, nice.
Something like that. I don't know all what's going in there. So I do, but I can't tell y'all, so I don't know what's going on underneath here, But it's going to collect issues 1 through 6. So,
So I guess we're talking about Harley a little bit. So what are your favorite things about Harley and Ivy's relationship?
That they eating, banging, and killing. Double entendres, triple entendres, But I love, like, a lot of people, I was getting a lot of flack for how Ivy was treating Harley throughout the series. And when you are an adult, not just saying like an adult, but like an older adult, and you have gone through relationships and, you don't process things a certain way, you stuff things all the way down, and little things get on your nerves. You breathe funny. Now, like, this is the last straw. If you didn't breathe how you breathe, I wouldn't kick you out, right? So, like, that is where Ivy is. Like, everything is making this woman lose her marbles. Everything. And it's not Harley. It's the fact that Ivy isn't dealing with, if you have watched the show, Joker done killed Ivy. How I gotta process the fact that my girl's ex-boyfriend killed me, and the only reason why her ex-boyfriend killed me is because I was waiting for her to show up, but she was with the ex-boyfriend, and then I got kidnapped, right? So it's a lot of stuff. And then you left me at the altar after you telling me, why you didn't tell me you wanted 20 kids before? Now you springing this up at me during our vows, like. Ivy has a lot of stuff that she is just unable to process. And the cops are chasing her. So when am I gonna have time to really process? Like, I'm gonna just shut it down. Everything is good. I'm gonna just make it do what it do. And during the process, as trauma does, it starts to leak slowly. Until it's just like it blows up. And I loved writing that dynamic between them because the payoff was so good. Yes, she was working her nerves, and yes, Ivy was not acting the way that she should, but who is to say how she should be acting?
Right.
Ain't nobody. You've been killed by your ex and then brought back to life. Yes. Because if you do, let me know so I can feel like how to process this, right? But this is how Ivy processed, and it wasn't good. But until Harley stood up for herself, which I love, and it didn't take her as long as it did in the comics to be like, hey, I deserve to be treated better than this. So you're going to treat me better than this. And if you're not, I'm out. And it took her like a few issues, but Harley got it and she left.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Ivy who was like, ooh, I messed up. I need to handle this because I really messed up. And she did. So while it may not be people's favorites, it is mine because you see how everything is just changing for the both of them. And they both deserve respect. And, Harley and Ivy, they in it for the long haul.
Yeah. Okay, so if people don't know, this is based on the HBO Max Harley Quinn animated series. So there were the first 2 seasons came out, and this is like 2.5, right?
Yes.
So will we see a continuation of this 2.5 in season 3? Oh, is it secret?
I mean, I ain't getting in trouble with DC, baby. I'm trying to get them bags. I'm trying to get them TV bags.
Can you give us like little Easter eggs? No? Okay. So
I would say pre-order Harley Quinn, the animated series, The Real Sidekicks of New Gotham. That is a book that I'm doing with the writers of the television show. So
okay.
Yeah, like I said, I ain't messing around. I ain't.
Okay. So we'll just keep our eyes open and see what's coming out next for you then.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, I want to do a reminder because we have about like 8 minutes until 10:45, which is Tucson time. So if you're joining us from elsewhere, I don't know what time it is there, but if you want to ask a question, please use the Q&A because I'm going to read those out to T so that she can answer them live. And let's see, I guess real quickly, because we haven't really talked, you touched on Archie, but Archie Summer Loving, I was just curious, like what it was like writing for this really established, long-running series.
It was the coolest. Oh my goodness. So I got this gig after when issue 4 of Harley Quinn came out. So I had posted, because again, I love Vixens. I posted, I took a little selfie. I was trying to maintain composure, not cry, but I was real emotional. And I took this photo and I was like, oh my God, dream come true. 4 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever years ago, I want to write it, now I'm writing her, blah, blah, blah. The editor-in-chief from Archie liked my tweet, but he ain't saying nothing to me. And everybody who knows T knows a closed mouth don't get fed. Okay, so T was like, hey, I see you like my tweet. Is Archie looking for people? I love to write. And he was like, actually, yeah. All right now. Like I was like, I wasn't expecting it. And it was like minutes, like right after. I was like, oh snap, this is really happening. Okay, so now I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna write for Archie. But it's really cool. My grandmother used to collect Archie comics. My mom was born in the 40s, right? My grandmother been around forever and she used to collect Archie. Archie started in 41, I think. So when I came around, it was like grandma had like this whole collection of the little Archie digest books. And to be able to write for Archie was just like, okay, I need to name this character after my grandmother. They wanted me to create a new character.
Mhm.
And I chose to create Eliza Hahn, who is a pansexual, biracial, plus size, and she entrepreneur. She got millions. Put some respect on my girl's name. She has ADHD as well as thyroid disease and diabetes type 1. So I think it's really freaking cool. That's I love her. She's so everything. She's everything. She's everything. So, writing her, making a brand new character that is going to be a staple in the Archie freaking universe is like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then I got to write Betty and Veronica. Like, yo, Betty and Veronica.
That's
I need
awesome.
Archie to let me write a Betty and Veronica romance, though. I'd do it. If the editor in chief is in here with something, like, I'll do it. Archie, they don't need Archie. They just need each other. Best friends to lover tropes. Best trope ever.
So do you want to take a little quick break and I can tell people about our next project with the LGBTQ plus services committee?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's going to take a quick break, and then I thought I would let you know about, if you're in Pima County, we are going to have an event in October with Benjamin O'Leary Signs, the author of Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, soon to be a major motion picture. This will actually be an in-person event. So we had these series of virtual events, and now we're hoping to do an in-person outdoor kind of thing, COVID permitting, because we really want to bring the community together. And Aristotle and Dante is just such a great book. Adults love it. It's, a teen YA novel, but we are so thrilled. So keep an eye out for that. Also, if you're in the Pima County area, we are giving out pride packs this month. They haven't quite come out yet, but if you have a teen or tween at home that wants to make little like origami cranes that are pride colors, we worked with our Biblio Lotus team, which serves our Asian American communities, to get these out. So we're really excited. So keep an eye out. And T is back. So also questions, we're going to go into questions pretty soon. One thing I wanted to ask, and I had on my list, because I always think this is fun, is what was your favorite book as a child, T?
Y'all gonna judge me.
Oh no, we're not gonna judge you.
Stephen King's It hardcover edition. I slept with it. It was definitely a late return to the library. Don't judge me. I was a child. I never wanted to give it back. I felt like he wrote it for me.
Oh.
Like, that was my book. My name just wasn't in it. I remember I saw the cover. I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's calling me. Maybe he was calling me from inside the pages. I don't know. But I remember I was short as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
I was a little thing. And I had this big old book that was like the size of my head. And I'm like, she said, honey, where are you going? I thought, I want this. Well, you need a parent's. She only wants me to read the Bible. Like, please.
So your love of horror started as a young child.
Yeah. And those are the books that I read. Like, I don't even know if there was a Junie B. Jones back then. But I was not. It Shining, Christine. thinner. Like that is what I was reading. And I mean, oh, and Danielle Steele. I got in trouble. My grandmother beat my booty one day.
Yeah, finding you reading some Danielle Steele.
Well, why you got it in my bedroom, Grandma? Well, it wasn't your bedroom first. You were born the last. So I don't care. It's my bedroom. So Danielle Steele is in. Yeah, I got in trouble. I was like under the covers reading, and she was, where's your other hand, ma'am? Holding the book. Like, what are you doing, Grandma? What is? Yeah.
Oh,
that's how I found out a lot about a lot of things.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so before we get into questions, you kind of hinted at something about a new persona in the Spider-Verse, Marvel kind of stuff. Can you tell us anything about that?
I can. I am writing, it was just announced 2 days ago. I am writing Sun Spider for Marvel Comics. Sun Spider was created by Dane Broder back like 2-3 years ago as one of the spider personas. And they had they didn't have any lines. They were like a little background superhero character, but they, Marvel reached out and they wanted to develop this character more. And I was just like, for one, oh my God, it's Marvel. And for two, it was like, oh my God, it's a disabled spider, right? Like, give it to me now. And it is a very, it's fun. I'm like trying to find what I can say without spoiling.
Without getting in trouble. Yeah.
And I'm just making it boring. Like it's fun. It is very. It's No, really, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We, a little bit of chaos. Some fighting.
So if people
and a
want
costume change, like that's literally all I can tell you.
Okay, so if we want to like wait for announcements, hear more, what are some good ways to follow you and get the latest?
So my handle on everywhere where you can find me. So you see T Franklin in the box, you just put MIZ in front of it, smush T Franklin together, and that is where you can find me on all social medias. When I am allowed to share more, that is the first place that you will see them, will be on social media. Yeah, unless it's I find out late, because I did find out that the Marvel announcement, I only found out because somebody was like, T, you're writing this? And I was like, wait, what? How do you know? Oh my God, it leaked. Oh, it's announced. So, sometimes I find out after. But either way, you'll see it on my social media page.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get to some questions because I don't want to miss them. So someone wrote, thank you so much for this talk and writing Bingo Love and Harley Quinn. I'm a Black autistic lesbian, and seeing you write so many things I've needed for years, it makes me feel like I can do this too, and I have community. Thank you so much. Okay, and then their question is, what advice would you give to Black disabled queer writers as they write and try to get their stories out there?
Yeah. Good luck. No, but yes, good luck. Yeah. But I would totally, I can't give advice for like the book publishing world because I don't know. I'm just starting to get into it. But for comics, I would highly recommend looking up anthologies, seeing if you can submit a 4 to 5 page, story. And in the meantime, write stories. It's little short, 1 page, 3 page, the most a 5 page story. That's it. Have multiples. So you can show that you have written, when not if, when you do submit for an anthology. But also, if your career pops off, now you could take these little short stories and you can blow them up and come up with a whole brand new series just for you. It is hard to get into the comic book world. Look into Kickstarters, Indiegogos, stuff like that to create, your own and just have a do it as a crowd fund so people can support you. But you have to realize that with that, you got to have promotion skills on point, because you're going to need people to buy your stuff. And if you don't have a large platform, it's going to be hard to reach those goals. So that's why I suggest try to start with anthologies. At least they're paying you. Make sure you retain your rights. Do whatever you sign up for. Don't give your rights away, because baby, once you give your rights away, you can't get nothing back. It don't matter how dope it is. So just be sure to not give your rights away and just, keep writing for sure. And I'm, you're not the Black queer, disabled. What's up, baby? But no, for real, you got this.
No. Okay, so someone said they really like your work that's in horror and Black history, and you're so busy with big name stuff, DC, Marvel, maybe TV. Congrats. Do you have any plans for more historically informed works?
No.
No.
I don't feel like I did any real historical stuff. I mean, I did something with for Michelle Obama, but it was, still layered in fiction. But yeah, historical. I don't like history. I mean, no, I don't. I have ADHD. I get bored very quickly, and it's no lasers in history. I mean, there's some fighting. I would like to do maybe a little sea bandit, like a Black woman who takes over the sea and is a pirate, and
Pirates.
kills people, and it's a lesbian pirate. Like, I do something like that, take some stuff from history, but I don't like history. It bores me. Judge if you want. I don't care. I said it. I say it again. It's boring.
So
to me.
I have a few more questions. Which other queer superhero couplings would you like to write for?
Oh my God. Stop, because I can't. Apollo. Midnighter? Apollo? Ain't that them? I think it's Midnighter and Apollo.
Midnighter and Apollo?
DC. And they're not canon, but Batman and Joker.
Nice.
Nightwing. I would make Nightwing a bisexual icon in a minute. I need y'all to tag DC. I need you to tag the editors and be like, let's see, write Nightwing as a bisexual icon. That's what I want.
That sounds amazing. I mean, that's like fan fiction.
Yeah.
It started, and then if you make it a thing.
Yeah, it's like make it canon. And Storm. I feel like Storm is pansexual. That's what I feel. Storm is pansexual. Storm is gender fluid. It changes like the weather that she can make. I need Marvel to let me do that too. I make everybody queer. I can't write straight. I can, but I don't like it. But yeah, that's my answer.
Thank you. So I have someone here is joining us who is part of our committee, and he works on our subcommittee bringing these virtual author talks. So also thank you to Toby. He wrote, "Hi T, I'm Toby, a member of the committee. Thank you for being here to celebrate our 25th anniversary. I'm so proud of you using your platform to educate us as readers, and I'm so honored to have you here for this event." And then he has a couple questions.
Oh.
Does anyone ever ask you if you will use their name as a character to creatively kill off in a story?
No. Would you like me to? Well, technically I did kill off my friend Ashton. He was like, murder me too.
So
Like,
Toby wants to know if you'll use his name as a character to kill him off in the story.
okay, boo. How you want me to kill? You want me to flay you? Would you like to be decapitated? Would you like for me to hang you by your nether regions? Like, I like to kill. I'm very serial killerish. So I'm gonna dial back from the camera. Because when you talk about murder, my heart.
Toby's also very into horror, so we'll let Toby tell us how he would like to be killed.
Hit me up, boo. Hit me up later, Toby, so I can figure out how to kill you. You know what I'm saying? I'll kill you, baby. I'll kill you. I'll kill you however you want me to.
Oh, he wrote surprise me. He wants to be surprised.
Well, you ain't saying nothing but a thing, baby.
This is exciting.
You want me to kill you? I might bring your booty back and kill you twice. Don't play.
Awesome. Okay, I have another question. Someone wrote, I'd love to see your dream project someday. What are you dreaming of for the future?
Actually, what I dreamt, it's happening, and I can't speak more about it. Yes.
Awesome.
I would say I think an announcement might come before the end of this year. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. But I am working on a dream project of mine, and I'm over the moon. I can say you will not be able to read it. Yeah, that's all I can say. I can't say nothing else.
So we'll just try to think of ways that you're writing something, but we can't read.
Maybe it's the podcast. Maybe it's the eyeballs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I will download it telepathically in your brain.
Well, you're definitely keeping us on edge, so we're going to come back for more.
Okay, good, because I don't have anything else after that. Yeah, I don't have it.
All right, team. Well, we're almost at the end of the program, so I guess if you want to, let's take the last few minutes. Is there anything that we haven't talked about? Anything you want to share?
Oh my goodness. I have an Archie book coming out next month, July something, I don't know. It is Betty and Veronica. It is Riverdale's best friends day. So we get to, I wrote a really cool story with Betty and Veronica being really cool friends. The Marvel book. I do have a Stranger Comics story that's coming out, fantasy. I think it's coming out this fall, but I don't believe a cover was dropped yet. But I should have announcements every month starting next month. There should be something, yeah, there should be a few things that are going to be announced starting from next month, every month until sometime next year. So keep your peepers peeped.
We will.
And get your coins up, because I'm coming for your coins, baby.
We will.
I'm coming for your purse.
So I want to point out that speaking of our administrative leadership support, library leadership support, in our audience today, we have one of our deputy directors, Karen Prechtel-Altman, who has done introductions for us and was part of the committee previously. And she just wanted to share, T, that you deserve to have all your dreams come true. And thank you for your healing laughter. Yeah. No.
That's so sweet. Guys. Nope.
You're good. You're good.
I
Okay.
did my makeup. We not crying. We not crying. We not. I'm crying inside.
Well,
Woo, woo, woo.
thank you so much, T. This has been beautiful. It's been wonderful. It's been funny. Like, it's just been a blast. Thank you.
It is my pleasure. I'm really glad that y'all invited me. I'm hyped to talk about the stuff that we've been talking about, getting to interact with people who have followed me forever. I see a couple people. What's up, Tutu? What's up, Renee? I see a couple people, his names I've known. Look, I really, Jessica Pry. I really appreciate y'all being here and just supporting me like this. So I just want to thank y'all for believing in me and showing me the love that y'all have over the years. I'm grateful.
Well, thank you. And thank you for everyone that joined us. And that's it. Check out one of T's books at the library. Request that we get some of her other works as well.
Thank you. Harley Ebank Kill Tour coming out August 30th. Harley Quinn, the animated series, Real Housewives, Real Sidekicks of New Jersey. No, Real Sidekicks of New Gotham. Look, I based it off of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, so it's Real Sidekicks of New Gotham. But just get the daggone book, okay?
We will. Thank you, T.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.